entertainment, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Hell's latest arrival, the equal opportunity killer, Alistair!
Hello, it's nice to meet you. Can you tell me where I am? I don't know how I got here, but I think I'm starting to understand. I don't belong among the angels, and maybe that's just fine with me. The things I did up there were high school, but now I'm going for my degree. Hey, sorry, but you just got in my way. I promise, honey, I can feel your pain, and maybe I enjoy it just a little bit. Does that make me insane? Haven't been the same since I expired. Doesn't mean that I plan to retire. And now I have the power to bathe all of you in entertaining fire.
Good evening, my dear little spectators. Lean closer to the screen. Tonight's entertainment is not a building. No, no, no. A building is far too still, far too polite. Tonight, we examine a process. A body, a machine. A corpse that refuses to rot quietly. South Fremantle Power Station. Once built to serve, now left to stare back at us through broken windows and poisoned ground. Architecture, my friends, is not an object. It is a condition. It is an occupation, vacancy, repair, and rebirth. And tonight, we begin with the wound. But look at it once. Before the silence, before the fences, before the long embarrassing nap of public imagination. This was a civic machine. Coal in, water in, labour in, power out. It lit homes, fed industries, built cities, made modern life hum like a hot wire in the dark. This was not just infrastructure. It was a public organ. A great mechanical heart pumping energy into the body of the city. And then, click. The switch is thrown, the machine stops, the gates close, the city turns away. What was public becomes private, what was useful becomes fence, what was alive becomes a silhouette behind a warning sign. No access, no care, no responsibility. A building does not die all at once, you see. Sometimes it is slowly removed from the world, cut off from people, cut off from purposes, cut off from memory. The building's not the only thing left behind. Underneath it, the ground remembers. PCB, mercury, cadmium, hydrocarbons, such nasty little ghosts. They seep, they linger, they travel without permission into soil, into the water, into air, into future bodies. Pollution is architecture too, in its own grotesque way. It is what remains when a system extracts, exhausts, and leaves the bill for someone else. The land is not empty, it is loaded. And what does the city offer in response? Paper, reports, assessments, reviews, consultants, plans, risk matrices, development dreams, and public statements with no pulse? Oh, how the bureaucracy performs. A grand theatre of almost action. The building waits, the fence rusts, the poison stays, and still we call this management? How charming, how cowardly. Let us stop pretending this is only a structure. Look again. The walls are ribs, the chimneys are organs, the pipes are veins, the turbine is a heart. Architecture absorbs, architecture labours, architecture breaks, architecture remembers. This body was built to endure, built to survive, built on extraction. And now, in its vacancy, it reveals the balance of the system that made it. But a wound is not only evidence of harm, a wound is also where repair begins. So what shall we do with the corpse? Demolish it? Sterilise it? Of course not. Too easy, too clean, too forgetful. Instead, let the power station become what it already is, a place of death. A civic mausoleum, a house of memory, a cathedral for the bodies, industries, systems, and futures we have buried without ceremony. The ruin is not erased, it is entered, repaired, scarred, occupied again. And death, my dear audience, need not to be an ending. It can be a process. Water, soil, heat, time, care, acclimation, terramation. The body returns without spectacle, without conquest, without pretending we are separate from the land beneath us. Not waste, not loss, return. A civic architecture does not simply store the dead, but teaches the living how to belong again. So, my dear spectators, what have we learned from our little corpse? That vacancy is not neutral, that neglect is not passive, that buildings do not simply fall out of use, they are pushed, held, forgotten, withheld. But architecture can return. Not as nostalgia, not as development branding, not as a polished monument to profit, but as process, as ritual, as repair, as civic responsibility. That Fremantle power station was for us. It is for us. And if we have the courage to touch the wound, it can
Hey pal, hey friend, hey buddy, why so sad, so downright unhappy? That's not my cup of tea. You know that this could be your last day here on earth, so buddy please, won't you smile just for me? My dear, no you don't have to cry. That ain't a pretty legacy to leave behind. Stop and smell the roses while you've got the time. Pretty soon you'll be pushing up daisies where the sun don't shine. Pretty soon I'll be pushing up daisies where the sun don't shine.